All right. Okay, so let's get started. Good morning. Today, Monday morning. It's September 9th, and we're talking basically about measures how we need to respond to the things that are happening in the world and or will happen in the world. What we see is that we've seen big trend of globalization, and this has led to the developing worlds to really come and develop themselves economically, in terms of healthcare. Average income has risen. The situation in the world has dramatically increased for the poorer nations. But the middle class in the developed nations has lagged behind. They have not seen any real wage increase in the past 20 years. And this has led to a widening gap between the very rich, the top 1%, and the rest of Western society. And we see a big discontent, dissatisfaction with the middle class, because they're having more and more difficulties to make ends meet. Savings are going down, credit is going up, jobs are being lost through outsourcing, and the next big wave is about to hit them. Now, without any savings, without any safety net, we can expect that the middle class will be hit hard. And how are we going to deal with that? That is the key question. What we have been discussing is a number of measures that we can take. The first measure was related to improving taxation. Taxation is necessary to, for example, to provide a universal basic income, an income that will be provided to all mature people in a country. And so it's not really universal, it's more of a country-based income. But there are plans, for example, to provide a base income of $1,000, which will not make anyone really rich, but it will prevent people from sinking into absolute poverty. And it will allow people who don't have any savings to, for example, when they lose their job due to automation, to train themselves to find a new job. The taxi drivers that will become superfluous because of the driverless vehicle, the shop staff that work in the convenience store that now will operate without any shop staff. These people, they need a little time and they need a little financial safety net in order to switch from one career into the next. But for that, we need money, a lot of money. We saw Yang, the Democratic candidate, who was proposing to introduce this universal basic income, and it would entail about a total tax burden. I don't know how much it wasn't, but it was more than 50% of the total tax spending that they were doing right now. So it was really a big expense. How are we going to fix it? It's difficult with the open borders and the possibilities that the super rich have to shop around to reduce their tax burden. So that is one thing that we can do. We talked about constant training. Oh, I think I lost my. Can you still hear me? Or I don't think so. If you can hear me, please raise your hand. Oh, okay. I thought it was suddenly gone. So we had universal basic income. We have constant training. We have been talking about job guarantees. We have also been talking about what the people can do to organize themselves. So basically what we see is that there has been a disengagement, a disenfranchisement of the middle class, where, for example, the membership of the unions has dramatically decreased, which also weakens the position of the average worker, for example. Back in the days, the unions were very important to represent the interests of the working class, and this has been eroding very rapidly. So that means that it's really the small guy, the individual against big corporations, which makes it very difficult to change anything. Last Saturday we were looking at Elizabeth Warren, who was talking about something similar. They wanted to create an agency that would protect the civilians against the inequality that exists between lenders and borrowers, where lenders have all the power, the legal power to create contracts that are impossible to understand for the average person. And the average person doesn't have the time to read all the fine print. So they are in a very disadvantageous position, and financial institutions have been taking advantage of that asymmetry, which has led to people who are already in a difficult situation to get even under more pressure if it turns out that their financial product does not meet their expectation. So these are a number of things that we can consider. Now, considering the fact that we have Yuva joining today, I thought I was going to do a very brief video to discuss the next steps, but she's not joining. So I wonder what is smart. Well, maybe we can show it anyway. It's a 5-minute video. It's ask a question. It's from a writer. She.
You were joined.
Did she join?
Yeah, she joined.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so a 5-minute video to get the discussion started. This is a video by Alyssa Quant. And
which one is video?